The Boss Talk.
Welcome to the Boss Talk. Today we are here with 3 authorities in their industries. They are real powerhouses and really successful in life and business. The next minutes are the best investment you can make for your life. So you will profit actually from deep knowledge in 3 incredible entrepreneurs. The best thing is that you can apply it right away to your business and your life. So actually, we start with a general question for everybody, for you. And the first question for me will be, Kati, we start with you. What does mean success for you?
Well, I think for everybody, success is a different meaning. And if I need to define success, then I would say if you have opportunity to do something what you really love and you have a passion about it, and during this, when you do it, you really can help people with that, and you can make the other people's life easier, better, and happier. This is for me really what success means.
Thank you. Yasmin, what makes success for you?
For me personally, success means not only financial freedom, but the satisfaction in all areas of our lives. So, for example, without my family, I would not be where I am today. And I'm so grateful and thankful for that each day.
Thank you very much. Silke, what does mean success to you?
Success for me means basically if whatever I do, I get the output that I actually expected. So meaning if I have a basic idea of what I get back, that I actually achieve that, which is individual for everybody, what basically Kati said as well.
Thank you very much. Kati, how did you find your way to the one of the biggest real estate companies actually worldwide? And can you tell us a little bit more about your background?
Yeah, sure. It was quite funny story how I get to the real estate because it was thanks to Facebook. So I was looking a good real estate agent. So because I wanted to rent out my own home, and then I put it to the Facebook, and I get the real estate agent. And it was also funny because when she came, I thought that she's the worst real estate agent ever, and she really don't know what she's doing. And I was really thinking to take another one, but I get the recommendation. So I was like, okay, I let you to work a little bit. And I remember 1 year later, then when I wanted to sell this home, actually, I contacted her again. And when we signed the contract, agent contract, she said that, Kaiti, you should be the real estate agent because you really fit there. And I was like, really? You think that I can be the real estate agent? And she was like, yeah, sure. And I thought about it 1 month. And I was at home. I talked to my family, everybody, and they were like, don't be a real estate agent because it's if you find a job, not a real estate agent, And then, I was thinking. And then 1 month later, I went into the office and they said, I want to start. Even everybody, my family, my friends, they were against that. But I said, no, I want to start.
Wow,
and
impressive.
So, and so I went there, I started, and now I'm here. So, but before that, I was in the hotel business and also a customer service. I did it because I really love to work together with the people and see the different people every day. Mm-hmm. And this gives me energy and power, I think.
Great. So Silke, why is it so important for you to clarify the questions, who life am I living, actually for you and for your clients?
Especially over the past 2 years, I had continuously the feeling that most people are not really living their own life, so that many people are actually focusing more on living their life on opinions of others rather than doing what they really want to do or what they are meant to do. And I consider it quite sad because I think many people end up in roles which don't really fit to them. And the main question is more that, who am I, right? Who am I? Or is it me that I'm living, or is it a person that somebody else considers I should live based on their opinion? And in my opinion, everybody should live their own life because in the end, that's what's usually going to be the best for them.
Thank you very much. Yasmin, would you like to give us a little bit of a background what you are doing?
Yes, of course. Well, entrepreneurs and smaller, middle or large companies, they contact me and with a question, how can we find new ways to be better in what we are doing, not only to be competitive at the market, but also to monopolize the market. So as a rule, what we do is we start mostly with a keynote speech.
Okay.
And after they understand all those things that fit together, they have something like an aha effect.
Okay.
So after that, mostly they come and say, okay, that was wonderful, but we would like to know more about it and we would like to implement it, and we don't exactly know how to do that. And that was the reason why I thought about it and built up a team to work together, to have all specialists in my team to give an offer out of one hand to help them to implement the changes.
Okay.
And of course, in terms of digitization, that's the biggest point of it. Important point is that normally on the market, you need to go to specialists and you buy something from one and from the other.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't fit together. So the offer with us is just to take it all out of one hand. And I think that is what makes us special.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Silke, I have another question for you.
Yes.
Because you are actually a real powerhouse and really successful in investing and with your businesses. And but you told me that you suddenly actually found yourself really stuck and with the back to the wall. What happened?
I basically found myself in the exact role that I was just describing. That I kind of was wondering who I am. And that came because even though I was successful and things were working, and especially for people from the outer side looking at my life, everything was great and going well, I always had the feeling that I was putting way in more than I was actually getting out. And that was tiring over time and over the years. So suddenly I started wondering if I'm really living the life I want to. Mm-hmm. And I found out that I was rather following advices that I was gathering from everywhere, with the result that I was kind of split up all over the place, following suggestions and advices that I was getting from everywhere. And I realized that that was just going to lead me where the other persons were standing in their life and not really where I wanted to go. And then I basically started to ask myself these exact questions, like, who am I? And what do I want to achieve in my life, and where do I want to end up? And then I actually started to reorganize everything, restructured everything, and now I'm on a very good way. And now I know how it feels like to live the own life.
Wow.
That really matches one, and really freed from all of expectations and opinions of others and society and culture and whoever we have in our environment giving us suggestions.
Impressive. Thank you for sharing. Kati, you have been invited many times to big international conferences to speak. What is your core message?
Yeah, it's actually, as I work for Remax, what is one of the biggest real estate company in the world, and I have been invited in many conferences what they have been doing. So I have been talking a lot about how the real estate agents actually can advertise themselves, what they need to do to get successful, how they motivate themselves, because there's gonna be for sure challenges on their way, and how to come over the challenges and get successful. But also since 2016, when I started to work as a Remax Estonia regional trainer, I also trained the broker owners, and to show them how to keep the team together and what they can do to make the team stronger and more powerful, and also that the real estate agents feel good in their team.
Okay.
Not to go out from the team and stay in the team and work together, everybody. So it's basically about this, but about motivation as well.
Motivation is a good point, actually. So, Yasemin, what motivated you actually to launch your business?
The truth?
Truth. The only thing what you like to say.
So, how did it start? When I was about 4 years old. I think it's really a bit of a sad story, but
Okay.
I think I should share it with you. My sister, who's 16 years older than me, one day left the house, and we thought she just went to her hobby, which was dancing in that time, and will come back, but she didn't turn back.
Oh, wow.
Later on, I realized that she went because she wanted to be together with the guy who she loved. And my parents were against it because they want her best, and they didn't realize that she really loved him. And they were so sure about it that he's not the right one. So they did everything to bring her back. But this wasn't possible.
No.
And in the end, it was more important what other people say, what the friends think, that they decided that she won't be able to come back anymore. And for that reason, I couldn't see her for a couple of years, and it was a very, very hard time for me. And I think that was the first point where I realized that lots of people may need a change, but they might not be able to do it because they don't know how to do it. They more look at what other people think and what they want them to do. And so I started quite early to look for strategies and to manage change. And that's why I started my business since 15 years now in that area. And at the moment, the biggest change is about the digitization. And I'm so sure about if you know the facts, what happens beside the curtains, behind the curtains, then you need to act now. Otherwise, you will not belong to the winners of the future.
That's true. It fits a little bit to your story.
That's what I just thought as well. Yeah, that's a perfect example for what I'm living.
And I saw you start smiling. I was like, okay, I know what you mean.
It's a really big question in our life.
Yeah.
I have another, before I come back to Silke, I have another question actually for you, Kati.
Yep.
So I heard you will be on stage in Los Angeles in November, one of the biggest conferences of the year worldwide, actually, called Mega Success. And in 2017, I know they were attendees, more than 2,500 people from CEOs, business owners and investors from more than 71 countries. And so can you tell us a little bit about it? How do you prepare, and maybe what are you talking about? If you can you say us the secret, maybe?
But maybe everybody wants to come. So if I say right now, they don't come to the Mega Success.
Maybe the topic or something like that.
No, I'm going to share also about challenges. If you want to get successful, then we all have challenges in our life, and this is how we. The main thing is how we handle the challenges. If you take it or if you give up, or we keep on pushing and doing what we really believe that we are good and what we can do.
Yes.
So I'm going to share some stories, and I want that my book is ready this time as well. Actually, 2 books. So one is also about everything what I already have had in my life, and I think if I share it, then a lot of people, I hope they get the motivation also and see that it's not easy. You know, if you look somebody who is successful, you think that it's an easy life. You just I don't know, do it. It's like you're lucky, or you don't need to work. It just happens. You know, you just go there, and then you travel there. But nobody don't actually see what is behind there, and what you really need to do, and what you are dealing every single day to get there, and also emotionally, you need to be really strong. So I'm gonna talk about this and about the preparation. I have talked to my coach Like we have talked already, like how I structured the presentation, and also now when I go to Estonia, then I will have like with the TV show, actually not the TV show, but with the TV company as well. We do the practicing, and then so we look how it is.
This sounds great.
Yeah,
so are you nervous?
After one prosecco, no. No, right now I'm not nervous. I'm looking really forward, and I really want to be there because last year it was amazing, and I'm really looking forward for this year. So
great.
Yeah.
Okay, Yasemin. So what are your next projects actually then?
That's funny. We have some similarities. So one of those are I'm also on the same stage in Los Angeles with Kati. I'm really looking forward to do that with you, Kati. I think we will have a lot of fun there.
That's great.
And at the moment, I'm working on a project, on an ebook project as well. And
okay,
somehow
who was first?
The difference is maybe that I'm not doing it on my own. I looked for some other authors to have a project in a group.
Yeah.
And the subject is about change and breakthrough within your life and your businesses. And we have altogether around about 20 authors who are included in this project. And end of August, we plan to publish it.
Wow.
That's the first step. Later on, we are thinking about an audio version as well, print version. And at the moment, it's still in German. Next step, we want to translate it into English.
Okay.
And after that, there will be also an event, a public speaking event with all those authors. So we have a lot of things, a lot of projects at the moment. And we try to realize it one after one.
So where will that be, that event?
I think the event is going to be in Germany.
Okay. Which city? In Frankfurt?
In Frankfurt, I think.
Great.
We haven't decided yet, but I think it makes sense to do it in Frankfurt. And we are planning it for within 6 months, so it's really close. And after that, I'm working on a public speaking event for which will be called something like your journey with a spaceship to the future. And it's not just to listen, but also to feel. So I hope you might be there.
Okay. Yeah, this is good. You take always this words which I need to ask actually Silke the next. Journey was that the key word for me because actually Silke, I would like you come. It's great. On your journey to what you learned about. You had skills which are really extremely helpful for you. Can you tell our audience about the skills, or can you even show it?
Yeah, the skill I learned and came across is actually the skill of reading talents, potentials, and strength and personality in a person's face. It's called psychophysiognomics, and it's basically the Greek face reading. I always like to call it the art of face reading because to me it is an art. And show. Yeah.
So, do we have anybody, Kati maybe? You who would like to be the example?
Be an example of how we read, yeah. But before we do that, what everybody can do is kind of to get a feeling what it is like and what we can do. If we go on our forehead and we feel our forehead, we will basically see that there are tiny little areas going in and tiny little areas going out. And the nice thing is that that's actually pure physics, because scientifically proven our brain has different areas that focuses on different things like speaking. And if we use one area more often and it's active, then we have more heat or warmth in this area, so it kind of expands. And this is actually what we feel when we go over our forehead or our entire head. So it's really just physics that we're reading, or that I can see based on the areas that we use more often, meaning that if a person uses that more often, it's kind of a strength, a potential, or a talent that person has in its life. And there are actually also studies that show that, for instance, soccer players that have wider faces, they tend to do more fouls than others. Yes. Why? We can kind of compare that with a huge container ship. So everything that is wider in the face needs space. So if we take a container ship and there is, I don't know, maybe a small boat on its way, usually, depending on other circumstances, it will run right over it. And that's basically the same that we can see in a person's face. So everything that's wide, it will just make its space, like get out of my way, or I will just run over, depending on what other areas say.
Okay.
And there are also studies proving that we subconsciously consider people with wider faces to be better leaders or managers. And the nice thing is also that, in general, we are all face readers by nature. I mean, that's what kind of had us survive in the past, right? Like the first sight, friend or enemy, like, do I need to run or can I stay? And that's, of course, what everybody has in its intuition. And still, I think everybody knows that situation, that if we meet somebody and we think, out of whatever reason, we kind of dislike that person, and we get to know that person better, we sometimes switch our mind and our opinion in a way that, okay, he or she isn't that bad or that unfriendly as I might have thought in the beginning. And face reading actually provides the possibility to give an explanation to that and to prevent such misunderstandings by really, seeing in the first minutes what a person is really like, what the personality is like.
Okay. So
yeah,
I would see it. I would like to see it live.
If it's okay for Katja, I would just come over.
Yeah. What should I do to look better?
You can, well, you look good. You can just, and if I may put your hair behind your ear so that I can see your ears. Oh, thank you. Oh. Is it okay for you to just sit down? Thank you. Okay, so in general, what I do is that I first part the face into 3 divisions. So we have the forehead, and the forehead basically tells me how a person thinks, what a person thinks about, what the priority is given, or which priority is given into a person's life, all of the thinking, and which kind of thinking. So we actually part only the forehead into 7 regions.
Okay.
The middle area basically tells me how she feels and what importance feelings have in her life, and also how strong her will is, her personal will of presenting herself.
That seems to be strong, isn't it?
Sorry?
That seems to be strong, isn't it?
Yes, it is there.
I don't know.
Well, for Katja, it's more a team player thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so she would never be the one always being in the front and just her and wanting others to follow. So she will always, it's important to her that it's an us feeling, I and somebody else, me and my team together, we accomplish something. And the lower part basically shows how a person puts the will and what it's thinking into action. So for instance, if she would have a real huge will of being in the front and really leading and going forward and wanting others to follow, like being that leader in the front, which for her is more the team part, then it doesn't mean that she would really live it, or let's say that way. Depending on how her lower part of the face is looking like, I can see if she's really living that. Or if she isn't. So that's also the nice thing in face reading. I can actually see if somebody is living his nature or isn't. Like, is it living it in a winning way? So really doing what the person is meant to do or can do based on its skill and nature. Like a monkey is supposed to climb and not run a marathon, right? So is she doing that or isn't she? And that's something we can also see. And the ears, basically, what the ears say is they show me how the person is on the inside, the inner soul.
Okay.
And the face itself shows how a person wants to be seen by others. And that also gives hints on in what does a person need, right?
Okay.
I always like to compare it to a water lily. Like if you give a water lily light, it will automatically open up and show its pure beauty the nature gave it.
Yeah.
And if you take the sunlight away or if you put it into shadow, it will fight more. And if you take it away all over, well, if you take the entire sunlight away, it will close. And I experienced that it's the same with human beings. If you give a human being the environment, it requires it. So in her case, team and other things, then she will just go forward and will be successful automatically because it's hers.
Perfect.
Wow. And my nose and cheeks. My hamster cheeks.
Your hamster cheeks. Well, what you do have are the cheekbones here at the side. So if the cheekbones come out a bit on the side, it would more up here, like here, that part. Well, the cheek here is more heartwarming being, lovingness, kindness. Yeah, so you have that. You're a very kind person. Not at all. And the cheekbones, what they say, if they get out to the sides, it's more resistance against what society says, what others say. So like we always did it that way. Then you probably would say, okay, nice, but I'm going to do it differently in a very harmonic way, though. So you're not going to stand up and scream and fight.
Like a smart way.
A friendly way, a calmer way. So you silently, peacefully will just do it differently. Yeah.
Okay.
In your case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was awesome. So actually a real entrepreneur life.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. In her case, definitely. Yeah. And the nice thing is that, especially with face reading, that you can use it anywhere, right?
Perfect.
In the recruiting area and finding out who am I. Back to the question, like, who am I?
Yeah.
And yeah,
this
so helps a lot.
Cool.
Awesome. Okay, great. So are you using that then in the recruiting part already? And helping teams or entrepreneurs finding the right employees? And
yes.
Great.
Yes. And it really saves a lot of time and energy for everybody.
Okay.
And for me, it's if I can help that people start living the lives that they are meant to live in environments that help them, then I'm very happy.
That sounds great. Thank you so much.
Okay.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions to Silke for that?
Yeah, I just thought after the show we should talk about it again, and maybe you're interested to work with me as well.
No,
Wow.
No, you are the first.
Why not? Of course.
Afterwards.
If I can help, I'm happy to.
Yeah,
Yes.
great.
I have a middle-sized nose, so it's also more the team part.
Yeah. Awesome.
After her, actually, I would like to talk as well.
Okay.
I already start selling some tickets, so my friend's gonna do like a video call with you. So
Okay. I will consider it.
no, you don't get the money. I get money.
You get the money? Okay. Well, then not.
Okay, negotiations maybe later. So it seems teams are really important to have actually for being an entrepreneur and really start early to implement a team and thinking about it, isn't it? Yes, I mean, actually, how you fix this challenge for you and for your business?
Yeah, I think there are different kinds of teams you can organize. And I really realized one thing which is really important, what I want to share here, is that you need speed of implementation. And if you want to earn money, you need speed of implementation. And the only possibility to do that is really with a huge team behind
Okay.
it. It mustn't be hundreds of people, the best people to work together, but there are different kinds of teams. For example, I told you before about the ebook.
Yes.
So I decided not to do it on my own, but to do it with 20 other authors.
Okay.
That was the reason, because now I'm just writing 5 to 10 pages, for example. Otherwise, I would have been, I should write about maybe 100 pages.
Yes.
And so altogether, in a very short time, it was possible to make a huge story out of it. And you have a diverse team where you can share all those things. This
Yes.
is one point. The second point is they don't need to be employed in your company. I think
This is a good thing, yeah.
what really innovation is, or what a modern type of working is, and this is what we are really also talking about, is to have freelancers you are working together, to build up a team, to find, first of all, out of your network, the best team players you need, specialists out of different kinds of areas, and put them together. And as soon as you need them, they have already also your courses, they know you need to be on the same level and things like that. And then if you work together with a company, just call them, say, we have someone who needs this and that. We need you for tomorrow or next week. How is it with you? Would you like to join us again?
Yeah.
And that's the way how we work.
That sounds awesome. Do you use the same actually, like or do you have fixed employees, or how?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I think also apart from freelancers, what I learned to be very valuable are also cooperations with other entrepreneurs and business owners, and kind of delegating and outsourcing specialized topics to them. So it's no real employee, it's no freelancer, it's just like two entrepreneurs working together and moving together ahead and moving forward. And I have also very good experiences with that because you usually have people that think alike, and you can trust them, and you know it's gonna work because it's in their interest as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially if you, for example, also start your own business very early while you're, for example, still employed somewhere.
Okay.
It also makes sense to not have these high costs with employees and what we had before. Like, of course, you always shall look at the value under the bottom line, but still, especially in the beginning, it might make sense to work more with entrepreneurs that are maybe in the same situation or even further, and that can also give you more experience, or share their experiences with you. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
And as well, you but as well you have the not the pressure that you have to earn money as well, and you have still your salary and can start slowly and really with the right things on the right time, and have money to invest in your business and in yourself.
Exactly. And then when you reach that point where you're good, where you know that how things work and what you need to do, and if it's kind of running smoothly, then you can decide what to change and how to change on a strategic way. And when you are ready for it, without the pressure, as you just mentioned, and that's very valuable, especially in the beginning. Yeah.
Great. Katja, I disturbed you. Sorry.
No. I just wanted to add also, like talking or working together with another entrepreneurs. It's so much different because these people, they have the same mindset like you have. Like some people who have been like working for somebody like all their life or something, sometimes they have like a totally different mindset as well, and it's so hard to work together with them actually.
Yeah.
And if something happened, like challenges, they come every single day basically, and if something happened, they don't know what to do sometimes. But if you are entrepreneur, you need to find the solution. You are like, oh, what can I do? Oh wait, okay, this way we can go, but we need to find another way. Let's go this, where we go? Okay, let's go there. Yeah. It's so much easier. And like you said about speed of implementation, for me, it's one of the main things as well. You need to take the action. Like when you start taking action as fast as possible, things started to happen.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they don't do it because they are like thinking too much. They are like, oh, I don't know if I should do it or not. And then they think about it like a few months maybe.
What if, and we'll never get into action.
Yeah, exactly. They don't put it to action, and then it's already too late. So it's really like you need to act fast, and you just need to start doing. And if you fail, it's okay. Everybody fail. I mean, like, this is what people actually, I think, what they are afraid, right? To fail.
Yeah.
And they also, people mostly say, this will not work, and they stop action.
But they don't
even start.
They
don't even start.
Sometimes they even start, and then in the middle they stop it because they think,
what might others think if I fail?
Yeah, for example.
Yeah.
And what I always say is always find a solution, like you said. So the question is not what will make it break down or stop it. Find the way to make it possible.
Because there is
Look for the
always a
question
solution.
how, there's always a solution.
And what I think is also important is to have kind of a private support network, 2, 3 close friends, husband, wife, whatever, that really support or are there if there are tough times, because there are always tough times and there will always be challenges where we will need to find solutions. And the question is basically only how we go through these phases, right? Like what do we do if it gets hard? And if we have people that we can rely on that are just there for us, then we will be able to manage anything.
So what would you say then when people just thinking there, well, I would like to start an entrepreneurship or a business or whatever, and
Take action.
Take action.
Start.
Yeah, that doesn't matter with what, or what would be the first step actually for them?
Just start.
Yeah, start with
Really?
something. Start with something they like, that are good at their skills. Something that is theirs. Yes, because if it's theirs, then there will be, it will just run automatically. And then go look for the team outside. Look for people that are successful, coaches that we already had, mentors which we already mentioned, people that kind of already went through that phase, and
Okay.
and then just do it.
Yeah, and I think if you really have an idea that you want to start doing and open your own business or start doing something different, you just need to decide that, yes, I'm going to do it, and then you will find the way.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you are in the middle, I kind of want, and I don't know, like, you know, then it doesn't work. You need to, yes, I will do it. And now you have like made the contract with yourself.
And free yourself from
Yeah.
what other people might think and might say, and
exactly.
advise. If you want to do it, then do it. And it does not matter what others think, please. Just live your own life.
Yeah.
Great.
And I think what is also important is not just to look at the numbers for a business. First of all, look for something you are really burning for it.
Okay.
What is your passion? And after that, look for something how you can monetize it. Because otherwise you do a business, you run a business, but you do it just for the numbers, and you will not have the same impact on other people, because what you're talking about is not what you're really living or what you're really thinking, and there is no fire in you. So do something you are burning for.
And it won't be authentic, and others again will realize that, and they will put it in question. And I'm sure, or I'm very convinced that going that way of doing it just because of the money will not be successful on the long run.
Okay. I have another question actually, and I'm curious about it by myself as well, because I know you are moms as well, and you build a business next to your job. And how is it with the time management? So how you really plan your day and how you can figure both or manage both then, that you have a successful business and manage your family and have the family life. Kati, would you like to start?
Yes, but for me it's a little bit difficult maybe to talk about it right now. I mean, as my son is studying in China, so it's a little bit easier, but I can tell how it was before, and it's really about like you basically know everything how you're gonna do. You know your week, you know your days, and you need to be ready that every day something happened. Like, I mean, like something doesn't go like you want that it goes. But this is actually good for the business as well, because you learn so much. You need to be flexible, and you need to find the solutions. And sometimes it's hard, I think. to manage all this business, family, and also to have enough time for yourself as well. But I think when you do it like a right way and you really stick on your plan, how you plan your week, and you put everything inside, then it works.
Okay.
And everybody can do it, I think.
What's your solution, Yasemin?
My son is 6 years old. Elias is most of the time my husband helps me. That's really awesome, and I'm so happy that I have him in my back, because without him, I think it would be really not easy.
Okay.
I try to combine everything. This is my solution. So just an example, when I'm going to Los Angeles in November, I'm taking my family with me, and we combine a holiday with the stage. Okay. So the first week we are on holidays, and the second week they are together on holidays, and I'm going to be on stage. And during the week, I always say it's not the time you have for your family. It's not like you need to have hours with them, but when you have 1 hour each day, for example, it's more the quality of what you do with them.
Okay, thank you. That's
and how you do it?
I would say both parts of you.
You mix it together.
We mix it together, as well. I have a really strict day plan, and. On top, my husband is helping me a lot. So this is really, really great. I'm really grateful for that we are working together on this part, and as well that we spend quality time actually. So we have times for work planned, and we have times for playing with him. And he's 6 months old, so it's he needs more focus actually. And so this is how we planned it. So both parts, planning and spending quality time, and try to combine some things. This is.
I think it's all the time finding the solutions and combine the things together.
Yeah,
it's like we talked before.
We need to feel comfortable as an entrepreneur and be flexible in every way. But you're not a mom right now, but
No.
But you had a time management thing as well. With your job and the business next to you.
Even today, I have kind of 4 or 5 areas where I'm very active in and where I'm doing business in. And I mainly rely on that team part. So I really look for people that I have corporations with I can trust, where I know that I have an equal way of quality thinking as I do. So I know if I give them a task, if I ask them to do something, I know it's going to be as I expect, because it's their expectation as well. And that gives me the freedom to also have time for myself to, kind of have the overview of everything and only managing that everything is running in its area. And for that, I need those people. I need an assistance. I need the corporations. I need people where I know that they're there if I need them. Yeah. And I'm very, very grateful for all of them, because without them, it would not work that way. Not at all. And I wouldn't be where I am.
But here it comes out also that you need to have a support behind you.
Yes, you need
it's
to.
It's super important because everybody basically said
and you need to be able to let go.
Yep.
You need to be able to delegate, and that's a skill that can be learned. Because if I'm the bottleneck, then I will always be limited, and either the business will crash or I will crash, but something's going to crash at some point in time or it's going to get stuck. And if I want to have the freedom to move forward and to have everything expand in its own way, then I definitely need the team, and I need to let go. I need to trust those. If I don't trust my assistant, then I need to do it myself. And then, I have less time for others and less energy.
Yasemin, would you like to tell us a little bit more about your secrets and what our audience can learn from your secrets?
Oh. I think most of the secrets we have already in the ebook, so it's a great place now to make a bit advertisement.
Perfect. So where we can get it, and when it's end of August?
It's going to be end of August, and I think we will translate it very fast and very quick, so you won't wait a long time for that. And if you are interested in it, just send me an email from the contact form from my website, which is yaseminyazan.com. And I can put it down, put your name down, and as soon as we have it, not only in German, but also in English, then I will let you know.
Great. That sounds awesome. Thank you. Kati, what are your secrets you would like to share with the audience?
My secret is actually what I want to share. Everybody who wants to get successful or do something different in their life, it's like never give up. Believe in yourself. Self-discipline, commitment, all this mind feeding, everything is so super important. And we need to do everything consistently. I mean, this is also like, it doesn't matter what you do, you need to do it consistently. And yeah, like I said, never give up. Just push yourself, do it more, and yeah, you will make it.
When you, if you would like to start, so what do you recommend? A person who say, well, I would like to start my own business or the entrepreneurship. What do you recommend in the first steps?
It's also, you need to have an idea, right? Like if you want to do something. But I think also it's really important to have a coach, because a lot of businesses, they don't like take a coach. They don't want to pay money for that. But I really think and believe it's one of the main things that everybody need to have, actually. Have the right coach who coach you and who will be there for you all the time, and you can contact, and then you can make it.
Great.
If I can just add something, that is really so important what you've said, because at school we don't learn what the skills are to be successful, not just being employed, but also an entrepreneur. So if you want to do something like that, I think it's really, really important to have a mentor the whole time. And there's always one who is better than you are, and always to learn from the best.
That's great. Thank you.
And also maybe this as well, that don't do everything by yourself.
Yeah,
it was one of my biggest mistakes, because I thought I'm a superwoman, that I can do everything. You know, I don't like all the others. They can't do it as good as I do it. And actually, it's like you work more efficiently when you have a team, and you can delegate jobs, and everybody can specialize where they are like experts or like good at. So I also think that you should consider this as well, to have somebody with you or assistant who work for you and help you to get where you want to get.
From the beginning on?
Yeah. I think it's important.
I think the sooner the better. Yeah. As soon as you know where you want to go, it definitely makes sense to gather the skills from outside that one personally might not have. And in the end, the day has just 24 hours. And I think many people kind of forget that. And it makes sense to delegate and to look for other people that can, enhance the entire skill catalog to be more successful or achieve wherever one wants to go.
Yeah, and I also like, as I see the real estate agents, I always tell them as well, take the assistant, because it makes your job easier. And what I have seen, a lot of people, they do the mistake because they think they see how much it costs for them, but they don't see the value what they get from that. If they pay like X amount, they start getting more deals and more business as well, but they don't see this. They just say, oh, I can take the assistant because it costs me money. Yeah, but actually it saves your time and it brings you money if you do it the smart way.
I agree.
Thank you so much. This was really, really valuable for our audience. Thank you so much. Well, and now it's your turn, actually. So what are your biggest takeaways from this last minutes? And what are the secrets from our entrepreneurs you will just actually implement in the next 72 hours and implement it in your life and in your business and adapt it to it? We are so happy and looking forward to your feedback, actually, and to your success stories. And you can tell us your success stories via email. It's successstory@thebosstalk.com, and we are looking forward to your feedback and to your stories. And you might invite it to be at the show as well. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.
The Boss Talk.